In a small-town high school, the hallways are filled with the usual bustle of students, chatting and moving between classes. The camera focuses on a young boy named Alex. Shy and quiet, Alex often finds himself on the receiving end of harsh treatment from a group of bullies. As he walks down the hallway, clutching his books tightly to his chest, 3 bullies approach him, led by a boy named Jake. They shove Alex roughly, and his books scatter across the floor. Jake, with a sneer, taunts, "What's wrong, Alex? Can you stand up for yourself?" His laughter echoes as he and his friends walk away, leaving Alex to gather his scattered books alone. The other students watch but avoid intervening, their indifference adding to Alex's isolation. Days turn into weeks, and the bullying continues. Alex endures each insult and shove, his pleas for help ignored by both peers and teachers. The relentless abuse takes a toll on him, and his once bright eyes become filled with sadness. In his spare moments, he retreats to the school library, where he tries to escape into his books. But even there, the shadows of his tormentors seem to follow him. One rainy night, Alex sits alone in his dimly lit room. The raindrops patter against the windowpane as he writes in his journal. His tears mingling with the ink, his journal becomes his only confidant, a place where he pours out his pain and despair. "I feel so alone," he writes. "I wish someone would understand." The next morning, the school is abuzz with an air of sadness and whispers. A teacher announces the tragic news of Alex's passing, and the atmosphere shifts to one of shock and sorrow. Some students are visibly shaken, while others seem indifferent. Among those affected are Jake and his friends, who exchange uneasy glances. In a dark, abandoned classroom, Jake and his friends huddle together, their faces pale. The room, filled with dust and broken furniture, is eerily quiet except for the occasional creak of the floorboards. Jake's hands tremble as he speaks. "It wasn't our fault. We didn't mean for this to happen." His friends nod, but their anxious glances reveal their growing fear. As night falls, the school transforms into a place of foreboding. Shadows dance across the walls, and faint whispers seem to float through the air. Jake, feeling a growing sense of dread, decides to stay late to finish some schoolwork. As he moves through the dimly lit hallways, his footsteps echo loudly in the silence. The sense of unease intensifies with every step he takes. Suddenly, Jake turns a corner and comes face to face with a ghostly figure. Alex's spirit stands before him, eyes filled with sorrow and an intense, burning anger. The ghost's presence is overwhelming, and Jake's heart races as he hears the chilling words. "You thought you could escape what you've done." Jake's scream pierces the silence, but the empty halls swallow his cries. In a panic, he stumbles backward, his eyes wide with terror. The ghostly figure of Alex slowly advances, his expression a haunting mix of sadness and rage. The temperature in the hallway drops, and Jake feels an icy chill creeping up his spine. The next morning, the school is in chaos. Jake is missing, and his friends are visibly shaken. They search for him frantically, but there is no sign of him anywhere. Rumors spread quickly. Some say he ran away, while others whisper about a curse. The once bullies are now gripped by fear, their faces reflecting the terror of the unknown. In the abandoned classroom, the bullies gather in hushed tones. The room has become a place of dread, filled with the weight of their guilt and fear. They huddle together, their whispers growing more frantic as they discuss the possibility of a curse. "This is our fault," one of them says. "We need to do something." As the day turns to evening, the school remains eerily quiet. The final shot reveals the school from a distance. Bathed in the fading light of dusk, the camera zooms out slowly, showing Alex's spirit watching over the school. His eyes, filled with a mix of sadness and vengeance, linger on the once familiar hallways where he suffered. The atmosphere is thick with an unsettling sense of resolution and unrest. The scene fades to black, and in the deep silence of the night, there's a lingering sense of something unresolved. The whispers of Alex's spirit can still be felt, a ghostly echo of a life cut short and a reminder of the pain that lingers long after it should have been laid to rest. If you were moved by this poignant story of a young boy's tragic fate and haunting vengeance, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Dive deeper into the emotional journey of Alex and discover more compelling tales. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories to life. Until next time.